The narcissist pulled out their playbook. Half the pages are missing, the other half you already memorized. And they're standing there wondering why none of it is working. Let's have an honest conversation about where the narcissist actually is right now. Not where they're performing like they are. Not the curated version they're selling to the flying monkeys and the new supply. Where they actually are. The playbook is exhausted. And we need to understand what that means, because it isn't just that their tactics stopped working on you. It's that the tactics themselves have a shelf life, and theirs expired. The love bombing already happened. You lived through it. You know exactly what it looks like now, and the moment it begins on someone new, something in your nervous system goes still and says, I know this song. The gaslighting already happened, and because it happened, your perception is now calibrated with a precision it never would have developed without the attack. You don't second-guess your reality anymore. You interrogate it, and you find truth faster than they can manufacture fiction. The triangulation already happened, the manufactured jealousy, the strategic comparisons, the carefully placed rumors about who else wants them, needs them, misses them. You've seen the prop. You know it's hollow. Every weapon in the arsenal was deployed, and every single one of them completed its journey from impact to integration inside of you. What they sharpened as a blade, you converted into a tool. What they launched as destruction, you rebuilt as discernment. The magician showed you every trick. There is no reveal left. Now here is the part that deserves its own moment of stillness. The playbook isn't just empty. The player is depleted. And this is important to understand, because narcissistic depletion looks nothing like healthy exhaustion. Healthy exhaustion is the body asking for rest after genuine output. Narcissistic depletion is a system that never built sustainable infrastructure, running operations on stolen fuel that has now run dry. Think about the energetic overhead of what they maintain on a daily basis. The false self requires constant upkeep. The mask that presents confidence to the world while concealing the cavernous emptiness beneath it, that is not a passive state. That is active, chronic, relentless performance. Every interaction requires a calculation. Every relationship requires management. Every narrative requires maintenance. Every version of their story told to every different audience has to be tracked and kept consistent enough to avoid collapse. That is not a life. That is a full-time occupation with no days off and no retirement plan. And they are running that operation simultaneously while also attempting to monitor you, destabilize you, recruit against you, and process the unthinkable reality that you are no longer available as a resource. In Ayurvedic terms, their ojas is gone. The vital essence that sustains deep functioning has been burned through by decades of adharmic living, existence lived in violation of natural and spiritual law. In plain terms, they are tired in a way that sleep cannot fix. And now, because healing includes the capacity for genuine humor, let's appreciate the almost slapstick quality of where they are. They are exhausted from trying to exhaust someone who is rested. They are depleted from trying to drain someone who has learned to fill their own cup. They are confused because the moves that worked before are producing nothing now, and they lack the self-awareness to understand that the variable that changed was not strategy, it was you. So they are doing what any performer does when the old material stops landing. They are doing it louder. The smear campaign is getting more dramatic. The stories are getting more elaborate. The outreach attempts are getting more creative. The flying monkeys are being briefed with increasing urgency. And somewhere in the back of the theater of their own psychology, there is a version of them watching the whole performance and sensing, on some level they will never fully admit, that the audience has gone home. They are increasing the dosage of a medication that was never going to cure what they have. And the most delicious part? The escalation itself is evidence of the neutralization. A threat that is working does not need to escalate. A tactic that is landing does not require amplification. The volume of their current operation is a direct measure of how little effect it is having. They are screaming into a frequency you no longer broadcast on. So here is where you are in this moment. You are not in the chaos. You are watching it from an elevation they cannot reach. The playbook they spent years perfecting exhausted, the arsenal they deployed against your peace neutralized, the energy they are currently expending returning to them as consequence, the karma they are now navigating, self-authored and precisely calibrated. You did not do this to them, you simply stopped absorbing it, and the natural laws of the universe took over the rest. In Gnostic tradition, the chosen ones were always the ones the archonic forces targeted most aggressively, not because they were weak, because they carried a light that the system of deception could not tolerate. The intensity of the attack was always, they came for you with everything they had, and everything they had wasn't enough. Talking head, grounded, warm, with the quiet amusement of someone watching rain from inside a dry house. They burned through the whole playbook, every trick, every tactic, every manipulation they ever learned. And you're still standing, unbothered, unbowed, and building. If you have personally watched a narcissist pull out an empty playbook and double down anyway, drop checkmate in the comments. The game was never yours to lose. It was theirs to run out of moves. They pulled out the playbook. Half the pages are gone. The other half you already memorized. And they're out here wondering why nothing is landing. Drop checkmate if you've seen this live. Be sure to like, share, and follow your tribe of alchemists.